Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a topic that is absolutely critical when it comes to securing your financial future, and that is how to verify an insurance agent's license in Indiana. Because honestly, trusting the wrong person with your safety net, it can have absolutely devastating consequences. So let's talk about how you can protect yourself.
Seriously, do you actually know who is selling you your insurance? It's a question you really need to ask yourself. Unlicensed activity in the insurance sector is incredibly risky. In fact, if you look at regulatory records, there are cases where unauthorized entities faced state fines upwards of $100,000 just for deceptive practices. And that leaves consumers completely unprotected. But on the flip side, we've seen testimonials from consumers who literally saved thousands of dollars just by making sure they switched to a verified, legitimate agency. The stakes here are just massive.
So here is our roadmap for today. 1. Why verify agent licenses. 2. Meet the IDOI. 3. Step-by-step lookup guide. 4. Tips for accurate searches. 5. Avoiding common search mistakes. And 6. Helpful resources and a quick disclaimer. Okay, let's dive into this. All right, Section 1, why verify agent licenses in the first place?
Well, it's pretty simple. A licensed agent offers you legal protection, they operate under strict state regulations, and they have ethical accountability. An unlicensed agent, though, that brings high financial risk, the real potential for fraudulent policies, and absolutely zero consumer recourse if things go sideways. Think about it for a second. You wouldn't hire a doctor or a general contractor without checking their credentials first, right? We've got to do the exact same thing for insurance to make sure you don't end up holding a completely worthless policy when disaster actually strikes.
Moving right along to Section 2, meet the IDOI. 100,000. Just think about that massive number for a second. That is the number of insurance professionals overseen by the Indiana Department of Insurance, or the IDOI. Under Indiana Code Title 27, this department is the state's ultimate regulatory body. They're tasked with managing nearly 2,000 companies and those 100,000 professionals to ensure the market remains fair, honest, and most importantly, accountable. You can kind of think of the IDOI as this powerful consumer protection shield. They aren't just out there handing out licenses. They actively review policy forms and rates for fairness, they enforce insurance laws, and they investigate fraud. And get this, when it comes to resolving consumer complaints, the IDOI actually responds within 72 hours, and they require insurers to answer within 20 business days. They are literally your primary advocate in the insurance market. Okay, time to get practical. Section 3, our step-by-step lookup guide.
So the main tool you're going to use for this is called the CIRCON License Inquiry Service, which is powered by Vertafore. Instead of relying on some clunky, isolated in-house database, the IDOI uses CIRCON as its primary system of record. It gives you real-time license tracking, continuing education tracking, and carrier appointments. The only web address you really need to remember here is www.circon.com/Indiana.
And here is exactly how you use it. Step 1, just access that CIRCON Indiana portal. Step 2, under the Consumers heading, you're going to click the link that says Look Up a License. Step 3, make sure the state is set to Indiana, and then select the entity type. You'll want to choose individual if you're looking for a specific agent, or firm if you're checking on an entire agency. Finally, Step 4, input the agent's search criteria. Seriously, it's an incredibly easy and beginner-friendly public portal to navigate. Now, a quick pro tip on your search criteria. While you certainly can search by a first and last name, if you happen to have your agent's NPN, that's their National Producer Number, you should absolutely use that instead. The NPN is a unique numerical identifier assigned to insurance professionals across all U.S. jurisdictions. Using it is, without a doubt, the best method because it totally bypasses any weird spelling errors and immediately pulls up the exact individual record you're looking for. Okay, so you hit search. What are you looking at? You need to review their full legal name, their active lines of authority, which basically just tells you what specific types of insurance they're legally allowed to sell, and their expiration dates. But most importantly, check that license status. Active is your green light. If it says inactive, suspended, or revoked, whoa, that is a major red flag, and they cannot legally sell you a policy. You should also check their active carrier appointments, just to confirm which specific insurance companies they're actually authorized to represent. Section 4. Let's go over a few tips for accurate searches. So something to keep in mind is that not all professionals sell traditional insurance. For your standard producers, sure, you use CIRCON, but consider Indiana Navigators. These are the folks who help with federal health insurance marketplace applications or state programs like Medicaid and HIP 2.0. Because they don't sell traditional commercial insurance, they actually won't show up in CIRCON at all. you have to use the dedicated IDOI Navigator registry for them. Same goes for independent adjusters who handle claims. They have unique requirements and can be verified via Circon or a dedicated IDOI adjusters page. And here is another fantastic tip. Utilize the NIPR, or the National Insurance Producer Registry. The NIPR's producer database is basically a nationwide clearinghouse. If your agent does business across state lines, or if you just want to dig a little deeper to see if they've had any disciplinary issues or regulatory actions taken against them in other states outside of Indiana, the NIPR is exactly the tool you want to use. Which brings us to Section 5, Avoiding Common Search Mistakes. Let's talk troubleshooting, because there are a few common pitfalls you definitely want to avoid. First off, database queries are super sensitive to exact matches. So searching for a nickname like Bob instead of the legal name Robert is going to get you 0 results. The database doesn't know you guys are on a first-name basis. Second, keep system propagation delays in mind. If an agent literally just got their license or renewed it yesterday, it can take 24 to 48 hours for the IDOI to actually update those public-facing databases. And lastly, just double-check that you didn't accidentally search for a firm when you meant to search for an individual. Now, if you are stuck on spelling, I've got a fantastic insider trick for the e-verification portal for you. It's called the wildcard trick. Let's say you only know how an agent's name starts, or you're just not sure if it's spelled A-L-L-A-N or A-L-L-E-N. You can literally just type A-L and then add an asterisk at the end. The system will pull up all the variations that start with those letters. It is such a great little workaround to help you find exactly who you're looking for without the headache. Finally, Section 6, Helpful Resources, and our quick disclaimer. Look, if you ever search for your agent and come up totally empty, or maybe you find out they have a suspended license but they're still out there trying to sell you a policy, that is a massive red flag. Do not purchase that policy. Instead, reach out directly to the IDOI Consumer Services Division. You can call them toll-free at 800-622-4461 or shoot them an email at consumerservices@idoi.n.gov. They are standing by, ready to step in, investigate, and protect Indiana consumers from illegal practices. Just a quick heads up before we finish. This explainer is strictly for informational purposes and does not constitute legal or financial advice. We always recommend consulting with licensed professionals and verifying all of these details directly through the official state government portals we just discussed. That's the best way to ensure you're getting the absolute most accurate, up-to-date information for your personal situation. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to take just 5 minutes today to protect your financial future tomorrow? Using the Circon portal or the NIPR takes almost no time at all, but I promise you, the peace of mind it provides is absolutely priceless. You now have all the knowledge and the tools to ensure the person handling your safety net is actually legally credentialed to do it. So go ahead, test out the portal yourself, and investigate your own agent's credentials. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you next time.